I'm Talibah Ndidi, Director for Divine Wombs for Life and creator of Earth Herbs. I am coming to you live today on Wombday, which is Wednesday. This is Wombday, Womb Awareness. I am going to be posting videos every other womb day, just sharing a little knowledge of the womb wisdom and how our bodies are connected with nature. So the cycles of life. So my goal is to reach 100,000 women by December 31st to help raise the awareness of womb health. So I want you to help me raise the womb awareness around the planet. I mean, it's all about us as sisters, as women, coming together and really truly understanding what this womb we have, the responsibility that comes with it, and really nurturing ourselves so that we can live a healthy, wholesome life. Divine wombs for life means just that. You have to have a divine womb in order to live a life, and you also have to have a divine womb to birth a life. So we're going to touch on all the aspects of the womb, and you guys feel free to leave comments and questions. I'm going to do my best to try to answer the questions as much as possible on the videos, but I just want to thank you in advance for taking this journey with me in helping to raise womb awareness across the planet. So today, yes, it is a new moon right now, and it is springtime. So what better perfect time to start the Womb Day Cycles of Life videos. So I am honoring Grandmother Moon, Mother Earth, Grandfather Sun, and Father Sky. And big ups to the 13 grandmothers that surround us each and every day. I give thanks to all our ancestors. I give thanks to all our goddesses of Auset, Maat, SKMT, and for the waters of life, the sky goddess Nut. So it's time to honor the goddess within. It's time to honor the guru within. It's time to raise the awareness of who you are as a woman. Our wombs are the center of our lives. Just like there's a center point in a galaxy, that black dot, that hole, that star point where everything resides. Everything is in darkness and then it comes to light. So we hold that gateway that brings forth life onto this planet. So the womb is the most powerful asset on this planet today. But I think as women, we have fallen off that magical rug or that magical lifespan of honoring the womb. We hear so many crazy stories that the womb is only for reproducing, bringing forth children, or for sex. Well, we're going to learn that the womb is far more than what we think it is. Just to give you a little snippet, when we walk into a room as women, we may look around with our eyes, but when we walk in the room, our womb sense everything around us, the vibrational sensation around us before our eyes do. So the womb is really the clitoris. The clitoris senses everything and then sends it up to our heart and then up to our mind so that we can see with our eyes. But the womb is the center. She is what receives everything. She is what gives forth everything. So I want you to really, take this information with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything I say. Do your research. And the way to really understand what I'm trying to share with you is to go within. Talk to your womb. Listen to your womb. I give a lot of workshops with women, and the first question I asked is, who do you pray to? Everybody has their own answer. Oh, I pray to God, I pray to this deity, I pray to this, that, and the other. You pray to yourself first and foremost. The first person, the first entity that hears what you are praying is your womb. You're speaking it, you're thinking it, it's coming forth from your womb, it's going to your womb. So the womb is the center that connects to everything else outside of us. So once we tap into our wombs, then we bring awareness to our lives. We bring awareness to our world. So now that, we are in the springtime and it's new beginnings. It's, intentions. What are your intentions? What do you want to create? We are creators. We create our lives. Everything that happens in our lives, we create it. So understanding that we are the creators, then let's create a better life. Let's create a more powerful life. So let's tap into our wombs and tap into our ovaries to get some creativity, because the ovaries, the eggs, is where all the creativity resides. As women, we're born with 400,000 eggs, and we're only gonna probably shed about 1,600 of those eggs throughout our lifetime. But the eggs that are not shared, the eggs that are just sitting there, they're full of creativity. They're really linked to our ancestors. They're linked to that spiritual realm. So it's important that we tap in and we connect with our womb and talk to her and ask her permission to, move forth in life. So it's really important that we start honoring ourselves now, honoring our womb, honoring our blood. In the new moon, back in ancient times, in the native cultures, and all the indigenous cultures, when it wasn't that much artificial light, we relied on the moon more than anything. Most women bled at the same time, and we went into menstrual huts, and we were very creative, and we dealt with the things that we needed to deal with within the womb hut. If two women weren't getting along, then they would take it to the womb hut and work it out. We didn't go back into the village with all this stress and animosity against each other. We dealt with it at that particular time. Women also were creative. They were weaving baskets or making clothes, making whatever. They were creative, and they honored that time. So the moon time, when we shed our sacred nectar, yes, that sacred red nectar, is the most powerful fluid on the planet today. And I really wish women could understand that. Like, we take our moon time for granted. We don't really understand the power that is linked with that blood, that sacred nectar. Think about it. Your mother did not bleed for 9 months when she was carrying you inside her womb. Those 9 months, where did the blood go? The blood has to go somewhere. It created you. It created your little fingers and your hand, your whole body. So off the back, blood is powerful. Blood is the most powerful liquid fluid on this planet. It creates you. So honor your blood. Honor the fact that your mother's blood created and made you. So we have to understand the importance of when we're on our moon time. That is a very sacred time. That is a very sacred time for us to go inward. It's not a time for us to be around a lot of crowds or to do a lot of activities around that time. It's really to go within and to tune in. The blood is so powerful. What we think when we are on our moon time is what we're going to create for the next time. A lot of women that I work with, they have PMS, or they usually have some disorders when they're on their moon time. And I try to teach them to change your thinking, because your cells remember what you think. So cellular moon time, reprogramming is needed. We need to reprogram ourselves when we're on our moon time. So on our first day of bleeding, we should be releasing all those things that we no longer want to experience. Like if you have a really bad moon time, you should focus on releasing the pain. Focus on releasing that discomfort, so that when your moon time come again next month, you're not experiencing that pain. So we have to start programming ourselves, because our cells remember everything. So our moon time is our most powerful time and our most sacred time. So during that time, we should cover up, wrap our necks, wrap our heads, keep our heads covered, because a lot of energy is coming forth. We're like sponges when we're on our moon time. So we absorb. We're already women. Everything is internal. But when we're on our moon time, we're more vulnerable to these things. And that's why in most cultures, like, the women were separated from the men. Like, the women slept with the women and the men slept with the men. And I understand why, because our blood is so powerful. Whatever it is that's going on around us when we're bleeding, we absorb that. So if your partner is sleeping right next to you, whatever he's going through, you're going to absorb that. Not that you're not going to absorb it when you guys have intercourse, but the simple fact that you are wide open on your moon time, you're going to absorb more of it. So we have to be mindful of certain things that we do when we're on our moon time. Like, I programmed or trained my son that when I'm on my moon time, that's my time. I wear a moon time bracelet, which I don't have it on now because it's not moon time, but I wear a moon time bracelet to let him know, let the people in the house know that this is my time. So that way we are spreading the awareness that we are to be nurtured. We should be cooked, the food should be cooked for us. Bring us food, teach your children while they're young. Like, my son knew. I mean, he traveled with me in all my workshops, so he understands the woman body a lot more than some of these young girls out here today. But I taught it to him so that he can understand how women function and what is needed, when we're on our moon time. So I would prepare the food days in advance for him when he was a little baby, and then that way when I'm on my moon time, I didn't have to cook. I would just heat the food up. And as he got older, he learned I taught him how to cook so he can cook for himself when I'm on my moon time. So, he didn't really like that time because I wasn't very active. I would go inward, and my child like being outdoors. He likes to go hiking and this and that. So when I'm on my moon time, he's like, "Oh, Mom, man." But he was prepared, he was able to cook his food, and take care of himself and nurture me at the same time. Like, he would cook food and bring to me sometimes as he got older. So we have to educate our children that moon time is very sacred. If we don't share these intimate moments, these sacred moments with our children, they're not going to know. So that's my purpose. I am here to raise the awareness of little things that we should be aware of, and stop taking this power we have for granted. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and please share this with your family and friends, and click the subscribe button below, and please visit my website divinewombsforlife.com and sign up for my free ebook called Womb Sense. That way you can start learning these natural rhythms of life and get back into nature.